You're about to see some Minecraft bases that will blow your mind. Let's go through the doors of the Hall of Heroes and see what they look like. This is AvoTopia. Welcome to AvoTopia, and everybody's mocking me in chat. I've got no idea why. As you can see, we've decided that we might as well go Christmas early on the server, so we've gone completely mental. Anybody ever seen a Christmas tree that's bigger than a castle? That's a castle with Santa hats on, that is. We've made it snow in the centre, nowhere else, just the centre, cause you know, off of Christmas. Nice work, Paco. But we're not here to play snowballs. Oh no, I'm going to show you some absolutely incredible Minecraft bases. The community has got seriously busy this season, and I've got to share these with you. Seriously, stick around. Seriously, I'm not kidding. Stick around. These things are amazing. And if you want to get involved yourself, go to avomance.com to find out how you can become a Redstone patron or above and join the server. It will be brilliant to see you. And yet again, I was hoping to dig a little bit more of my hole, because I love digging holes, you see. But this episode is quite possibly going to be longer than all 3 episodes of Lord of the Rings. I don't think we're going to have time. Let's just see at the end if I've got time to lob a little bit into this. I wouldn't hold your breath, because I've got to go over to the bases. And first up, we're going to go to the desert dwellers, because there's a lot to see over there. And we literally are going to start as we mean to go on. This is the base of the desert dwellers. That is Danger Mouse, Catty McCatface, Gatrudas, and half of an Infinity Minimal. Apparently, Infinity hops between dimensions all the time, so it only counts as a half. But I've got to be honest, I'm sure we can credit him a whole. And it starts with this absolutely gorgeous and completely custom desert village. And every detail has genuinely been taken into account here, including the on-brand gas stable with a donkey. We'll worry about these bigger builds in just a minute, because I want to come up this gorgeously terraformed river, past this second absolutely beautiful desert base. I really love the use of space here. It's not just a grid. It's staggered, it's got plenty of open space, but not too much so as it's not wasted. It's actually really well thought out. And it's quite a decent size as well. And this is not what you'd expect to see in a desert, is it? A cherry biome. But I suspect it's not natural. And because of these vaguely pink tones, I suspect this is something to do with Catty McCatface. This is the orientally inspired spirit retreat, with still water ponds edged by Tory gates, pagodas also in pink, and some really nice deep slate bricks there going up the mountain to this really beautiful oriental tower, with some banners that are really in keeping with the design, with Catty's base hiding behind it. And I definitely spy something going through there. I'm going to have to investigate. We have got a massive storage area. Oh, I like what you've done here. This is really gorgeous. Carrying on. Oh, there's an ugly bloke in here. You got to watch that. And carrying on through with the pink theme. Even this glazed terracotta really works with it, doesn't it? And a massive map wall, which hinted at the glass yin-yang sign, which I think has got axolotls swimming underneath it. Yep, definitely does. Which brings us back to this big, gorgeous black pyramid, which is Danger Mouse's work. And these black towers hide secrets. An iron farm, what a good idea. With another one holding a sniffer farm. And inside, the build is beautifully impressive. A big map in the floor, loads of Ankh banners all over the place. I really love the way that we've used this black brick with this mangrove wood going up the sides. That's really beautifully contrasting. A little bit of tough there. Obviously, the laughing dragon head is an absolute must. And I think he's just showing off with the amount of gold he's got. You've got to remember, this bloke normally lives in a postbox. Behind the walls, we're hiding a number of small farms to keep resources flowing, along with vegetable farms around the edge and a villager trading setup as well. And as we come out the south entrance of the pyramid, we go along a long bridge between these other two. I mean, in themselves, quite impressive towers, because we want to go over to Gatrudas' build. And Gatrudas' base is definitely best seen at night time. Look at that. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at the number of blocks that have gone into this. This is fantastic. What an awesome colour combination. And it's not just the towers I want to take a look at. It's the entire garden setup. Look at this use of purple. All the different purples that you could throw into it. It's really effective against that white background. And I might have to steal this fountain design. Magpie. I mean borrow, obviously. But it's the tower surrounded by these fins that are really, really impressive. Made with quartz and frog lights and calcite and all kinds of other different purple blocks. Even got some chrome obsidian going there, along with a load of purple and white glass. It's a really, really beautiful build with all that light in the night time. It's a proper beacon. It looks brilliant from the inside as well, using those candles on glass, and obviously you've got the end rods there as well. And if you go downstairs, yeah, there's a downstairs. Where is the stairs? Here's the stairs. There's a downstairs and an entire internal system as well, which has got incredible. I mean, look at this. This is a magic project all of itself, all of this storage. And then you've got the area out here, and you've got all kinds of little animals going on around here as well. We've got a little goat zoo going on. We've got foxes going on, both types. We've got an aquarium. And if we come out this exit towards the north and wind our way around, we come back out of this absolutely stunning build towards those villages again. And there's just one last thing I want to have a little peek at. This was built by DM and Gatrudas, and if we head all the way down these stairs, they have built this gorgeous quartz pyramid around a live end portal. Isn't that cool? I love that. The banner as well, like a dragon. Brilliant. Next up, we've got Kora's base, and I've warped into what looks like a custom jungly type place right here, and we've got the whimsy across this archway. I love that. That's really cool. Using those mangrove roots really works. And I just want to comment on this. So often people forget to add little bits of interest and lore along their pathways. Now, I'm really big into this. If you can put lore into your world, it genuinely makes it more interesting for other people and also yourself, because you might forget what you've done, but all of a sudden you get these little monuments right next to your pathways and you go, oh yeah, I remember that. I love this addition. And Kora has given me exactly 0, and I mean 0 instructions, so I'm just going to come and wander around. And it looks like we're using a clearing inside a big old mangrove swamp. And to start with, we've got some custom flowers, actual Minecraft flowers here, look, snowdrops and sunflowers. And I think these might be versions of tulips. I'm not sure because they're slightly different shape, but look at those colours. That's a great palette. Really good idea to mix up those blocks so you wouldn't normally put into building together. And they've been used to edge up this gorgeous bee farm. A manual one, not an automatic one. We go in au naturel. And as we continue around, we've got a number of frogs popping up, as well as some amethyst statues. I love that. Isn't that cool? And an amethyst obelisk mixed up with some purple glass there as well. Again, the use of the colour purple. I don't use purple enough, I don't think, because it's super striking. Doesn't it look gorgeous? I think I'm going to use it more. And I love that flame effect that you've got going on the top there. Again, using glass rods, some candles, and just a few end rods. We've got a sniffer island because obviously no base is complete without one. And I'm fairly confident that cactuses don't grow that tall. That's a really good idea for a tree trunk. I've never used that before. And the use of this bamboo wood as well, that goes beautifully. We've got more of these totems, this time using the green of the bamboo as well as some bamboo wood. I love this. This is what makes this whimsy, isn't it? Again, adding so much lore to this base. Even more statues being built around this, I assume, a mining area, that you're mining this cavern here. That's nice. I like the fact that they're in keeping with what's going on around them. This is the mine, so you've got the stone one. Literally, he's holding it like a fishing rod. And Kora's built an absolutely stunning custom mushroom there as well. The use of the colour there is perfect. And right next to it, the copper variant of the amethyst over there. And using orange glass this time. Isn't that working so well? And I think this must be Kora's base. It's got kind of little pangs of Hobbit. But I love the fact that we've got that mangrove wood being used, keeping it real in terms of this biome. And the use of that deep slate on top works. The chimney's beautiful, the mud. It all just brings everything together, doesn't it? And we've got an area using a little bit of nether block as well. These nether warp blocks here, making that gorgeous textured red colour coming in with the red wall and the redstone blocks too, along with some of the crimson wood as well, giving a slightly different type of variation of texture. Real thought to detail. Free range trading. I actually really like free range trading rather than locking them in a little hole. And we've got a little farming version and they're pouring the water. That's so lovely. I'm really enjoying this one. Again, more of these rock formations giving detail. Really nice use of the mixture there of stone and turf and andesite and more turf. That's really lovely. Not too much harsh texture. Nice and smooth. Up here we've got our villagers in a little tower. There's villagers, there's beds. So I suspect up here we've got ourselves A little bit of an iron farm, yeah, we do. But we're keeping it completely consistent with the rest of the base. And I think this might be a second one, but that one's been turned off because the lava's not in there. We've got a little bit more trade in here. Use of flowing lava to give movement and life. And we've got a rock golem right there holding that lava cauldron, lava behind their eyes, making it look completely alive. And finally, our nether portal, hidden away just like a hobbit hole. This base seems so super simple, but the level of detail and thought that's been put into the design is extremely high level of expert. All those golems around there adding life, loads of whimsy. Whimsy's a really good name for this, and the fact that you travel the path around the base makes it even more interesting. Well done, Kora. I love that. Next up, as the sign suggests, I'm in Seph's starter cube. This is Sepharus. But Seph can be a bit of a fibber because this might be a dirt cube, but this is definitely a lesson on how to get yourself set up with lots and lots of resources. Let's have a quick mooch around. I might sleep first just to make it daytime. You want mobs? Well, Seph's got you covered. A redstone sorting system, no copper golems here. We need to sort nice and quickly for all the blocks we're going to get through. A wool farm, should you ever need to make potions. Honey, in case you're not sweet enough. This is a really nice micro honey design, by the way. I like it a lot. Again, I can feel some borrowing coming on. Something for all your sugarcane needs. And just because you're farming doesn't mean you can't make it look cool with all of those copper blocks. Including the fancy collection system for that bamboo farm. And also your cactus needs. This is a daytime sensitive cactus farm. We've got a really nice looking vine farm here. I'm assuming you harvest all these just by standing on the bridge, right? Nice simple 2-high flower farm. Well, I say simple. Why would you want to cut them yourself? You might as well get it done automatically, right? A really nice moss farm. Now, I love these moss farms and the moss product farms. You've also got the pale garden moss there as well. These work so well. I'm a real fan of them. And then you fancy it up by lobbing all of the products out of the side to go down this long chute so as everything gets collected up a little bit later. The obligatory stone generation. Super simple but oh so important lava farm. A dripstone farm. I've had to peer through the wall to be able to see this. A dual iron farm. Oh blimey, those golems go right under the water there. That feels a little bit cruel, but it still works. You've got your zombie there going round in a minecart to make sure the villagers get rest, but always get affected by fear. And I really love this steampunky style nether portal setup that we've got here. With all credit given to Enchanted Archite. Double level as well, because who just wants one nether portal? A crop farm and a little bit of librarian villager trading. And what base would be complete without a sugarcane farm? And then right in the middle, this incredible base build made out of this beautifully textured brown block. There is absolutely nothing wrong with a dirt castle. And just in case you didn't know who it belonged to, Seph has built up his name in blocks, actual building blocks. The absolute perfect base setup for your practical Minecrafter. Seph is going to be absolutely rich on the block front, and then believe me, he can build as well. So I'm suspecting something might come a little bit later on that's absolutely going to transform all this up, and I really look forward to it. But what a great farming base. We're not going to do a Hall of Heroes today because there's just way too much stuff to fit in, but we are going to the mate space underneath this gorgeous tree. You don't have to be a patron to become a mate. You just have to contribute to the community, the server, and the channel with comments, shares, likes, all that kind of thing. So many people do that, and there's so little time to fit everybody in. But I've got one person that I want to introduce you to today. Season 1 in blue, Season 2 in yellow, Season 3 in green, Season 4 in this orange, and Season 5 in purple. We need to get episode 6 in right here. And episode 6, mate, is Hawkchimus Prime. Hawk, it has been well overdue to bring you into the mate space. Can't believe I've not already done it. I feel like I say that every time, but you definitely deserve episode 6 mate space spot. Congratulations. I really appreciate you. You are a major part of this community, so thank you so much for everything. Let's get back to the tours. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Mama May. And we have got some gorgeous builds going on right here. Mama May has said this is very much a starter work in progress, but she still managed to put quite a lot together. And I suspect suspect with the number of iron golems that we've got right here, there's going to be more than a few villagers knocking around. All of them asleep right now. And this looks like Mama May's free-range villager trading place. Except we've got all of the server members' heads stuck on these villagers. Brilliant. Just the noses poking out. Look, that's Stitch right there. And right there, next to Elandros, there's Mama May's own head, with a nose sticking out. But I definitely get the impression that this is going to be something significantly bigger than that. But let's take a look at the house. As always, Mama May loves decorating with some fantastic banners. These are the Iron Patron banners right there, completely exclusive and you can't make them. But I love this Oriental banner in the middle. Inside the basement area here, we've got a number of farms. We've got a melon pumpkin farm up in the mountains by the look of that, and also the house with that villager centre there on the left. And there is an expanded map, and that looks to me very much like there's a prismarine farm out in the water. Oh, and by the way, if you wanted a wine cellar, this is probably the way you'd want it, right? Mama May has started to decorate out the inside of the house. She's really good at interior, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this looks. And upstairs, we've got loads of labelled storage. Now, with these item frames and not entities in the same way, it doesn't cause any server lag, which is a big, big bonus. And then we've got some making some potions set up here as well. And I've been told that round the back of the house there's some more interesting area. We've got some block generation stuff going on, cave systems. Oh wow, you really have. We've got a huge carrot farm, we've got a honey farm going on over there in the back. We've got our dripstone farm. We've got plenty of froggets. Oh, hang on, it's not a dripstone farm, it's a clay farm. We've got our melon and pumpkin farm, a hidden stone generator, and a lava farm. And a very easy stair system to get down into the caves. And Mama May is really transforming this cave system. We've got all of this tuff surrounding these tunnels with copper on the floor. This is brilliant. How much work has gone into this? I know Mama May has become obsessed with trial chambers this season, and she's already pacified several. And these tunnels are clearly inspired by that, to the point where she's numbered them. This one, for example, is trial chamber 1. She's got a total of 9 trial chambers that she's pacified around the place. And she's really done a great job. I love the way this has been transformed. Isn't it brilliant? I'm just going to have a little sneaky peek through the nether portal, because this takes you to a number of different places. The ink farm, the blaze and wither skeleton farm, the stronghold, and also the prismarine farm. We'll do the prismarine farm in a minute. Let's just have a quick peek at these. It is a lot easier to be able to get into these things through the nether roof, isn't it? And this one brings us out to a classic ink farm. The blaze and spawner farm is a little bit further off. Scratch that. It's a lot further off, but at least you're never ever going to get lost, because we've got the perfect yellow brick road to follow, and it's right down there. We've got blaze farms all over the place going on here. Look, blazes coming out there, blazes coming out there. How many blazes do you need? And the fortress has been spawn proofed, so plenty of wither skeletons. And let's follow the blue carpet over to the prismarine farm, because Mama May, she's a sucker for a bit of prismarine. And I recognise this. Absolutely superb design for a prismarine farm. Nice and efficient. Turn it on and off so as you don't mess up the server. And the guardians just literally flow into it when it's on. With what I suspect is an awful lot of stock. Yep. Unsurprised. Loads and loads of stuff coming out of that. And if you've got a prismarine farm with an AFK spot, you might as well double it up with a mob farm with an AFK spot at the same time. I'm loving this, Mama May. Thank you so much for letting me visit. I'm looking forward to seeing what else you do. Now, not everybody has been on the server for a long time. I'm about to show you what Always Bolt the Bird has managed to do in 2 days. Yeah, 2 days. 2 days ago, as I record this, Always Bolt the Bird became a redstone patron, which meant that they could come and enjoy this server with everybody else. And this is what they've managed to put together in that time, including getting all their resources, because the community loves helping out new people. So if you fancy coming along, Avomance.com has got all the information you need. You're going to get helped out from the second you walk through the door. We've got a relatively complex base, a multi-level base in fact, with nether capability, a great great pallet choice, and shulker storage in 48 hours. That's not too shabby. Plus, a really nice looking storage area. There's the start of a honey farm, a classic cow crusher, plenty of crops by the shore, which is the best place to start growing your crops when you just got into the game, a villager trading hall with several book choices, and you've got to get all those villagers from somewhere, right? So we've got a villager breeder as well. Pretty impressive for 48 hours. Nice work, always Bolt the Bird. You've got a really great start going. I'm looking forward to what you manage to do in maybe just a week, let alone a month or two. Let's pop over to see someone else. We find ourselves on Jim Kayaker's base, which looks like it's on a mushroom island. And it's a really lovely tiny mushroom island as well. These are some of my favourite bases when you get into a little mushroom island. You don't have to worry about mobs, but oh my goodness, you can build some really good stuff. And just because you're on a mushroom island doesn't mean you can't have a mob farm. Go a little bit offshore. They work beautifully. In fact, they work great because there's no mobs on the land to destroy it. Jim's clearly imported some trees, wanted to get some pumpkin, melon and crop action going, and built himself a gorgeous little house for the happy ghast to fly over. He must be making something brown, and this looks like the spawn chamber for the iron golem, but where are the villagers? I can definitely hear them, although I think that was the villager trading hall. But these trading villagers here, because of the beds, these are the ones that are powering the iron farm. Definitely, they must be. And the iron farm can be turned off and on. So if we turn it upwards, that is going to dispense, no, it's going to retract the water, which means that the golem stays and doesn't get washed down. But if it's down, the golems get flushed into the kill chamber, and as a result you can collect up all the lovely iron. There you go, Jim, I sussed it out. And there is a quad spider farm as well, blimey, as well as an extremely slow ink farm. Well, you know what? It's better than no ink farm, isn't it? Still made in the beautifully classic way. I know Jim has got some massive plans for this, so I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. Although that happy ghast isn't going anywhere. Thanks loads, Jim, for letting me visit. We're going to have to split all the bases up into 2 episodes, but I reckon we've got room for one more in this one, so let's go. Next up, we find ourselves at Fan Colt's base. And we are right next to this classic zombie-driven iron farm. And I love actually the fact that you've taken the time to texture up the walls. It's not just, well, this is my one. Oh, it's my one as well. Yeah, you're not wrong, it is. I love the fact that you've taken time to texture the walls. I didn't do that. You've taken more effort than I did. But I'm really glad you've done that. That works absolutely beautifully. So we are surrounded here by jungle, and the main base is right across the water over here. Starting with this open dock area that I love the fact it's got an entrance out onto the water. That's a little detail that not everybody bothers with. And a little dock for the boat there as well. I love the texturing that you've put on here. That works beautifully, and a little bit of sugar cane as well, so as you can be farming that up. This is a great start to the base, and as we come up, we've got a harbour wall. People, always put a wall next to your harbours to kind of hold in the rest of the earth, because you'll find it just looks so much more natural. And up the steps to the rest of the base. Now, some people say regular farms like this don't work, they're not attractive. I disagree. I think this maximizes the number of things that you can get around a single block of water, 4 in every direction in a square. We've got wheat, we've got potatoes, we've got carrots. This is exactly how Minecraft designed it, so do it. And if you want to make them fancy shape, you go for your life. It's entirely up to you, but I like that design. That feels right to me. Let's follow the path round this house to the main entrance. We've got some hay bales on the outside. I can see in the windows, so I know what's coming. And here is the front door. I've been told I'm allowed in, so I'm going in. We've got some smelting going on. We've got some nice pictures on the walls. We've got some artistic carpet placement, which I actually really, really like. Some more pictures. I actually quite like that picture. That's a cracker, that one. And then upstairs, we've got a little bit more room. And again, this good looking fella, he keeps popping up everywhere. I really don't know where he comes from, but everybody wants to meet him. Maybe sub and like the video and you will too. Fan Colts has also put in some other exterior buildings down here. I like the design of that. Inside here, we've got our wool farm. I'm actually a real big fan of wool farms. I don't know why, because I don't actually use that much wool for building, but I love making wool farms. I don't just feel very satisfying to me. This other quite barn-like building here. Let's have a little sneaky peek inside here. This is the storage house. And unsurprisingly, there's a lot of chests, but actually, the way it's been put together in these sections, I really love that. And you've taken the time to decorate the floor using this mangrove and this spruce wood. That is really lovely. And we've got some other builds up here on the hill. We have got a dragon's head. Now this I really do like. From Fan Cult's own YouTube, really. I might have to go and check that out, you know. Go and check out Fan Cult's YouTube. See what they've got there. But that lava dripping in like the dragon's tongue into the lava pool, and that lava pool, none of it being like source lava, all being flowing lava. I love the life that that's got. Isn't that awesome? And then we've got a nether portal decorated with nether fauna and flora. And we've got a really pretty little windmill here with the sails on a diagonal, which pleases me no end. So easy to go up, down, left and right, but to do it on a diagonal, it just looks so much more natural. I much prefer it. The palette here is gorgeous with the calcite and the stone brick. It always works well. We've got the spruce working beautifully against it too, and the andesite walls. And we're calling this the build by Fresh Joy on YouTube. Always credit where credit is due. This is a great little base you've got going here, Fan Cults. Thanks so much for letting us see it. Oh, hang on. You got something up in the sky there. We've got a mob farm. I've not looked at that. I was just about to outro your base there, Fan Cults, and now I'm just going to have a quick peek at your mob farm. And I love the fact that you've used tinted glass for this, so I don't have to fly through the walls to be able to see it. It's still super dark in there, or it would have been if we turned off that lamp. And as a result, you're going to get loads of spawns going on inside there. No spiders because of those plates. That is a really nice little farm. And as I say, I love the tinted glass for use on a farm. Let's go and have a look around somewhere else as well. And we're in Hot Pocket's place. And she's got a little restaurant thing going on here with lots of, well, garlicky stuff. Garlic pesto, garlic broccoli, garlic salmon, garlic noodles. If you love garlic, this is a place to come. With an awesome reference to Greg the garlic farmer. If you know what that's a reference to, stick it down in the comments below, because I am a big fan. And Hot Pocket has placed it in quite a nice little building here. Even though it's got the bird poo blocks going on, it's actually dead pretty. But what she's really done is created a super beautiful area, making up a lot of houses using lots of different blocks with really interesting palettes. It makes me think of Balamori, but it works. We've got that pink palette, we've got the bamboo palette, we've got the palette here that starts down in this area with kind of this dark bluey green deep dark stuff that goes up into the bird pooey, we'll ignore that bit, and the calcite. It just actually works really well. I can't believe I'm saying it, but that bird poo and birch together with that blue. And she deliberately uses the bird poo just to engage me, I'm sure of it. This is where Hot Pocket and her other half Malatos gather all of the stuff that they want. We've got what looks like Hot Pocket Mansion under construction. A sneaky little mountain cabin that would be dead easy to miss, but is really lovely. And whilst this building here does look like a bird poo abomination, parrots in boats notwithstanding, as a base building it is dead functional. You've got your nether portal, you've got your enchanting. We go down to the next floor here, and we've got loads of storage all the way across all of these shulkers and some chests. Just off to the side we've got some more farms. Right here we've got our 3-tier clay farm because she uses a lot of bricks, and what I think will become an office for all of these masons that she's going to trade with. We've got the lava farm because you can never have too much fuel, right? A super simple but really pretty sniffer farm with the garden for all of the fruits of their labour, and a bee farm in a really pretty greenhouse, even though it's birch. And again, bird poo again. I swear she's trying to goad me. But isn't it nice in here? I actually really like the way that we've got this fluorescent lighting going on. That works beautifully well. The fact that we've got these glowberries hanging down really adds a little bit of ambience, I think. And the bees just going in and out, making loads and loads of honey. Really good stuff. And I actually really love the texturing on this waterfall, the way it's cascading both sides of that rock. We've got some coral in there, some dead coral that works really, really well with things like cobblestone and stone to give and just an additional bit of texture, a little bit more feeling, a little bit more life, even though it's dead. It's really well thought out. Hot Pocket definitely knows how to put a block or two together, doesn't she? Really enjoyed looking around at this one. Thanks HP for letting me come and have a peek. And I think we're going to have to end part 1 there because it's already about 4 hours wrong, I reckon, the amount of stuff that I've done. So part 2 can up really soon. Don't miss it. There is some absolutely superb bases that you've not seen yet, and I really want to share them with you. Thanks loads for sticking around this long. Likey, subscribe, all of that kind of stuff is really, really appreciated. And I'll look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.